Do you believe you've ever kind of encountered a friend that, I don't know whether or not they're still your friend, that you could tell they were purely just using you for access, for freebies, for lifts, literally lifts, like, oh, gonna go shopping, oh, I know you haven't done shopping for like a week, oh, let's go Tesco's together. Little things, little minor things that you wouldn't notice.
I think I probably have experienced it, but it's definitely not something recently. So it's kind of a distant memory. I think I've got a radar for people like that.
Okay.
They tend to be quite superficial. I think they're pretty obvious. And that's what I'm saying. People like that don't stick around for long. That's why the stay game is quite important for me.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I think there was a couple of times that I felt like I was kind of used for just to go out. Okay, because my friends do know that I'm very
Social.
social.
Very social. Yeah.
I'm a bit of a butterfly. Yeah, I love a little, soiree here and there. And I think that because of that, sometimes people, might gravitate towards me because, I want to go to this place.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite you. But it's only because I want to go to this place. It's not, this has come up. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
And so, I remember one time when I was, I had a small friendship group or whatever, like a tiny one that was external from my norm. And they mentioned going abroad, right? Okay. Then one of the friends who was going to host us was expressing that they weren't too free. So they weren't really going to be able to host, but come along anyway.
Okay.
So my thing was, no, that's not my style. You're either ready to receive us as a host or you're not.
Okay.
And I'd rather not, come in your space and be like trying to put you in a position where you're now uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd rather that I back off and we rearrange this for another time when you're actually ready to receive us. Now, the other friend was against it. They were like, no, let's go. This is the only time we're ever going to go. There's no way. Like, come on. And I was like, are you not seeing the bigger picture? The person that's supposed to host us cannot host us. They're literally telling us that they can't host us. I'm not being funny, but why would you be that way inclined? And then I realized actually maybe it's more just to use me to go away to a place that they had never been to.
Yeah, and they know you'd be a good time. They know it would be a ton up.
It's possibly that, but then going abroad with someone is better than no one.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have necessarily mattered if it was me or not. It's more like I need somebody to go with. Bree's the only person that I can think of going with. This is my thoughts. I mean, it could be true or not, but but that's what I energetically felt. And as soon as the other friend, that was trying to host us was like, oh, I might be okay to host it. I was like, nah, that's curtains for me because I'm not like.
Did you feel like you were just being used?
Yeah, I did. I felt like immediately. Why are they not looking at the bigger picture?
Yeah,
like our friend is telling us that they're busy or that it's going to be a very inconvenient time to host.
Why they're being so forceful?
Why are you trying to force this situation when it's unfair?
Yeah.
I could never imagine my friend trying to force me to host them when I've kind of made it a little bit clear that, by the way, I can host you, but as soon as I hear a but from a friend, I'm automatically like, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but being African sometimes, it makes me feel like I put myself in other people's shoes and I don't want to embarrass myself in any capacity. So I'd rather that I remove myself. And then when you're ready, you tell me and we can do this properly when you're actually available. So yeah, that's honestly, that was definitely a big lesson for me. And I realized, this isn't a friend. This is actually just a user.
Opportunist.
Yeah, an opportunist. Yes.
So, if you realised that a friend was using you, how would you start to navigate that? How would you kind of put your foot down?
Actually, I wouldn't even bother to address it.
Really?
I would just disappear.
Wow. Do you know what? That's fine.
Yeah, I would.
That's actually fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
To be fair though, I've disappeared once.
There you go.
Yeah, I've disappeared once.
Yeah.
But that was a very long relationship, like 16 or 15 years friendship.
Whoa.
And I disappeared because I realised that we're no longer on the same boat.
Yeah. I just fade it
and there's
out.
no point in even talking about it. We're just not in the same boat.
It's quite easy. I think you just stop being accessible to that person, and they're just going to find their...
Yeah, and there's no hate. Everybody's different. And so at some point you grow out of this thing. And I think I mentioned to you girls before that I really hate the brotherhood, sisterhood thing. I feel like it's so cult-like. So once I feel like I'm in a kind of cult-like friendship, which I kind of felt, I was like, yeah, actually, I'm done. I'm a bit of I'm a free will person. I'm not that type of person to be clamped down. This is what we got to do and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that that's what they were doing, but it's just more like, I could tell that I was a little bit different. I could tell I was an outcast, and I could tell that I love to dance. I love to do all these things, but I'm talking like Latin. It's not like I'm going out, you know. So it's very different. It's a different kind of vibe, and I needed to find my tribe.
Yeah.
And that was my sign. There's other people out there for me.